For this practice, we're going to engage in a body scan. You may want to start by finding a place that feels best for you to rest in. That could be lying down with your legs out, that could be with your knees up, that could even be seated. So taking a few minutes to maybe adjust and find a place that feels best for you to stay in. We'll be here for around 5 minutes. If you do feel like moving at any point, you always have the option to move into something that feels more accessible and useful for your body. And when you find the spot, you might want to start by maybe grounding yourself in this place. So if you're on a mat or on the floor, you might notice how that might feel. If you're seated, if you're lying down, you might notice the sensations that may be there as well. Maybe noticing what parts of your body might be making contact with the ground. If you're in a seated form, that might be your sit bones, maybe your hands if they're down here, touching the ground. If your legs are out in front of you, that might be your legs as well. And if you're lying down, this might involve your legs, maybe your hands, maybe the soles of your feet, depending on how you're lying down. Maybe taking a moment to notice any sounds that you can hear in this moment. And then we might start by wiggling at our toes and noticing any sensations that we might be experiencing in our feet. From there, we might move up, so from our ankles all the way up to our legs, and noticing if there's any sensations that we might be experiencing there. Maybe taking a moment to appreciate all the work that our legs do for us in terms of helping us move around. Possibly noticing any movement that might be happening with our breath, if that's accessible. So as you breathe in and out, you might notice maybe your shoulders are moving, maybe your torso is raising up and down. Maybe you're noticing movement in your nose or in your mouth when you're breathing in and breathing out. Maybe bringing the attention to our shoulders, so possibly rolling our shoulders back if that's something that's useful. And then finding a place to have them rest. Notice how your arms might be feeling. So moving down our shoulders to our elbows, to the tips of our fingers. Give your fingers a little bit of a wiggle as well. Shake them out. And then you might bring your attention to your neck, and you could possibly move your neck side to side, almost like you're saying no. If you feel like rolling your neck in a semicircle is useful, you might also do that in this moment. Seeing if there's any sensations that come up here. And then you might explore what it might feel like to notice anything that might be going on or any sensations that you might be experiencing in your face. So that might be maybe there's a tickle or you feel like you need to sneeze. That might be noticing if your jaw is maybe clenched and possibly taking a breath in and maybe breathing out through our mouth and creating a bit of space there. You might also notice what the temperature is like as you breathe in And as you breathe out, so does the temperature change? Is it warmer when you breathe in, or is it cooler when you breathe in? And when you breathe out, does it stay warmer or does it stay cooler? Does it change at all? Possibly noticing if you feel like you're being distracted by the different thoughts that are happening in your mind, which is a normal part of the process. And anytime that you find that you're getting distracted, maybe seeing if you can bring yourself back to the present moment. That could be grounding yourself by maybe pushing your hands into the mat or noticing the texture of the ground or the mat. That could be noticing your breath, if that's something that's useful for you. And then we may orient ourselves back into the room. So you may create a little bit of movement in your body. So it could be wiggling your toes and fingers out again. Maybe slowly moving side to side. If you're lying down, you might roll over to the side as well. And then making your way into a seated form. We might bring our attention to any sounds that we can hear. And maybe noticing 5 things that we can see in the space around us. You might take a breath in, and you can take a breath out.